Hey guys, welcome to Beyond the 13th Gate. Today, we're going to have some basic haunt acting tips delivered to you by award-winning haunt actress Jamie Keller. We'll hope you'll stick around and check us out.
So my name's Jamie Keller. I've worked for 13th Gate since 2007. I've played several roles. I started out as bellhop in the lobby, moved over to Necropolis and was a vampire. Then I moved over to the London section here and was Dr. Jekyll's assistant. Then to Evil Dead, and then to last year I was Mrs. Lovett in the pirate section, and then this year I will be in Oz as the Wicked Witch of the West. So when you get groups of people that are coming through, there are going to be certain people in the audience that you want to tailor your character to do certain things based upon who's in front of you. And the person that I target as this character may not be the same person that so-and-so targets as this character. For example, when I played Mrs. Lovett in London, in the pirate section, Mrs. Lovett, she, number one, is in love with Sweeney Todd, so that is a thing that you're keeping in your mind at all times when you're speaking about Mr. Todd upstairs. But also, I had two main objectives. Number one, I need to sell meat pies because I am a poor woman living in the slums of London at an awful time. People are eating rats, people are dying, and I've got to do whatever I can to survive. So my number one goal is to sell you a meat pie. Number two to that, I have to figure out where I'm getting the meat for these meat pies, and if you've seen the movie, you know that Sweeney's murdering people, I'm making them into meat pies. So every once in a while I'm doing my whole bit of talking to all these people and trying to sell them a meat pie, I spot a man with a really nice beard and, "Oh, sir, you look like you could use a shave. You upstairs tenant Mr. Sweeney Todd, best barber in London. Give you a nice close shave, closest of your life. Tell him Nellie Lovett sent you, will you?" And that way, I've made something special for that one particular person who's walking through my scene. And that person, I may be the only person in the entire haunted house that targeted him, whereas the person next to him may be targeted in something else. So each character can find a certain way to interact with certain people in their world organically. There are some times where a group's going to come in and your job is to jump out and scare them, but there are going to be times when they are going to be stumbling upon a world that is already in effect, essentially. So they're going to walk in and you should already be doing something. You should already be in your character working on something, and they're discovering you in your everyday life in this world. So come up with ways that they can come in and you can organically go into what you're going to do to either creep them out or scare them. It shouldn't be, "Oh, someone's coming, oh, now I'm doing something over here." Be in that as they're walking through the door. Along with that, get to know your scene itself very intimately. Find every place that you can hide. Find every place that they're going to be looking for you, and don't hide in the obvious places. Get to know your environment, the props that you can use, because you can't use everything. A lot of stuff is glued down. A lot of stuff is very delicate. So learn what you can use and really become one with your environment. You work together to create this world, because if one person is off, it throws off the whole scene. So you really need to get to know the people who you're in your scene with. Get to know them very comfortably, be friends with them as much as you can. Not everybody's going to get along, but as much as you can, become friends with them and work out routines together, especially if you're in really close proximity, because there will be times when someone is in a scene and it's just them and a box and they pop out and that's their thing. But there's going to be times where you're going to be here and there's another actor over there. Learn to work with each other to keep the flow going through the house and have some banter back and forth. Or one person can be the distraction, and while you're looking at me, oh, this other person's sneaking up behind you. Learn to work together as a team. It's not all about just you doing your scare. When you work together, it's often a lot more effective than one person working on their own. Usually you can count on the people ahead of you to cue you. There's usually certain sounds or certain actions or certain, loud noises that are going to happen to let you know that a group is coming. But be prepared, because they do occasionally sneak up on you. There are plenty of times when people are tiptoeing through the house, and if somebody in front of you has either left to go to the restroom or they're doing something and they've missed their cue, don't be the next person who misses their cue. Always be prepared for somebody to walk in on you. Throughout the night, you're gonna come into contact with people who are going to bum you out. They're gonna bring you down. There's gonna be girls who are gonna say, "You're hitting on my boyfriend." There's gonna be guys that wanna get into your face. "You don't scare me, you don't scare me, I saw you." There's gonna be people who are going to zap your energy, essentially. But even if that doesn't happen, which it will, but even if that doesn't happen, if you start off the night with this super awesome, pumped up, I'm ready to scare some people, halfway through the night, you're gonna get to the point that you're gonna run out of steam. So it's really important to pace yourself as you're going throughout the night. Don't give it everything you got at the beginning, because now you have nothing left. Definitely keep your energy up in the beginning. You wanna be pumped, you wanna be excited, but don't go out so much that by the end of the night, you're exhausted, because every single person that comes to the haunt paid the same amount of money. Every single person deserves the same exact show. So you should keep it pretty consistent energy-wise throughout the night. Don't wear yourself out, don't get too tired too quickly, because the people who came and bought their ticket at 11:30 at night deserve the exact same experience as the people that came and got their ticket at 6:30 in the afternoon. Eating small snacks definitely helps. Drinking plenty of water to keep your vocal cords nice and moist throughout the night, because you're gonna wear all that stuff down. You gotta do whatever you have to do to keep yourself activated and happy and upbeat and able to keep pushing yourself through, because you're going to get tired. It's just what's gonna happen. Taking care of yourself is very important. We're in close proximity to a lot of people every single night. There's gonna be many, many people, and they're gonna be really close in your face, and it's cold and flu season. And so germs are flying rampant. You're in these small, cramped, sometimes damp spaces. Bacteria is gonna thrive in here. So taking care of yourself is very important. Drinking vitamin C, orange juice, the emergency packets, airborne, anything that you can use. If you start feeling like you're getting a cold, start taking echinacea, elderberry syrup, anything that you can to keep yourself above that level, because once it takes you down pretty hard. Cough drops when you have a cough. Otherwise, use a lozenge, because cough drops do have medicine in them, and that can make you feel kind of queasy as the night goes on. So lozenges are probably a really good thing to use, as well as drinking hot tea. Even if you're hot, drinking hot tea will help to soothe your voice, keep your voice going for as long as possible. Along with that, use diaphragmatic breathing from your diaphragm and talking that way instead of shallow breathing in your throat, because that's how you put a lot of strain on your vocal cords. So keeping yourself healthy is definitely very, very important. In closing, I guess, never say, okay, I've learned enough. Never say, okay, I know exactly what I'm doing, I got this. Always be willing to do more research, to talk to your fellow haunters, to listen to what they have to say, talk to people who've been in the scene before. You can always grow, you can always improve, you can always evolve, because we do have people who come through year after year after year, and you're occasionally going to hear, oh, it's this guy again, I've seen this before. You always want to come up with something new, something fresh, something to surprise them. One of the things that is a complaint that people have said is, oh, that's the same as last year, and you don't want that to happen. You want them to walk out remembering, oh, this was new and it was so cool. So your main goal is, I want them to walk out the door with so many memories of awesome new things that I saw this year. Another thing that's really important is we become sort of like a family here at the haunt. There are people who have made friends for life. There are people who have found their soulmate working here. There are literal people on Earth because people became families working here. So people have gotten married, had kids, and raised the next generation of haunters. It's really important to be a family with your group, especially with the people who are in your scene. And then I guess I can say goodbye.
Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and learned some new tips and tricks about haunt acting and kind of what it's like. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, comment below, and subscribe. And we hope you check out our new videos coming soon.